Hey guys, I gotta change out this battery. I've had it on the charger for a while. Alright, let's see if this thing will start up. I mean, it's got 12 volts, so I don't think it's got the cranking amps anymore. So I'm gonna pull it out and go put it on load tester and see what we got. And I thought while I'm doing this, I'll give you the top 5 tools for working on Arctic Cats. I mean, first you're gonna want a basic set of tools, socket set, wrench set, a couple screwdrivers and stuff like that. These are the top 5 tools that will make it so much easier to work on your Arctic Cat, whether it's an ATV, UTV, whatever you have. These are the 5 tools that you'll want to get. Alright, so the first thing you're gonna want to be able to work on your Arctic Cat machines is getting a T30 torque spet or torque wrench that you can work with on your ATV or UTV, because a lot of these little screws on the ATV are going to be that T30 bit, and that's probably going to be the majority of bolts all over the engine, the chassis, and racks and things like that is that T30 bit. The next thing to get is a valve adjustment tool. Checking your valves once a year is just a good idea to get into and make sure your engine's running in tip-top shape. So I've made this little valve adjustment tool here. It's got a little screw head in there. It's like an 1/8 inch drive screw. So if you have an 1/8 inch drive screw, you can buy these, or I just made my own real quick because I needed one real fast. And that is what you will use to adjust your valves on your engine. Also, to adjust your valves, you're going to need the feeler gauges with that tool to be able to adjust those, and then 8mm wrench, but that's all just for adjusting valves. But that little tool to be able to adjust the valves is going to be really helpful for you on your Arctic Cat ATVs and UTVs. Alright, so we got the load tester here. Hook that up. Well, it looks like it's okay on the load tester, but when I've got this hooked up in the prowler, it's not working for me. Alright, the next thing is the bearing greaser. Arctic Cats use the 30mm bearing size for the axles, and using a bearing greaser to keep those bearings greased. Putting in some more grease after you go through places that are wet and getting water on those bearings is going to keep those bearings running a lot longer, as well as keeping them rolling a lot smoother. So getting a bearing greaser is a great way to prolong your bearings and not have those wear out and get them replaced more often. You can put that off by greasing them and keeping them up maintained a little bit better. Just check it every few months, or if I'm riding through a lot of water in the springtime, I'll be greasing my bearings a lot more then, and that just makes them last so much longer. Alright, and number 5 is the hub nut wrench. I've just built one of these. It just slips onto the hub of the wheel where your wheel mounts. It's going to slip onto your studs there on the hub. This just allows you to place that tool onto the hub, screw on your lug nuts, and then with the handle of that tool, putting that on the ground, you get a lot more leverage with your breaker bar to be able to break those hub nuts loose and to be able to tighten them back up when you're done. I believe Arctic Cat had a tool for this. I'm not quite sure what the part number was. They did have one, but I just made my own because I needed one real quick. And this tool makes swapping out axles or CV boots or doing other sorts of maintenance on your axle shaft there so much easier, being able to get that off. And that tool will help you to be able to crank down your hub nut to the correct specification. I kind of been wondering on this prowler. It's got something up with the electrical system, not quite sure what it is, but we'll figure it out. So I hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to subscribe, follow along. These 5 tools, if you are new to Arctic Cats, you're just getting into them, you got a new ATV or you've got one already and you need to find these tools, I'll have them all down in the link in the description. These tools are just going to make it so much easier for you working on your Arctic Cat ATVs and UTVs. Hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in this one next.